Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Cosmic Panel. Welcome back. We took a little break for the holidays, but we're back. We hope everyone had a lovely holiday and a happy new year. Um, we are back with weekly pulls. So let's jump right into it. Lucas, what is your first pick for this week?
So my first pick for this week is Blood Commandment number 3. I've really been loving this book. Sisman Kudransky, who is the author and artist for this book, and did something epic, is really showing his craft on this book. Story about two basically competing vampires, and one of them being a father to a young child who he is trying to raise. And it's a very interesting story. It's really well done. The art is phenomenal. The dialogue is very interesting. But yeah, this story is starting to shape up into something really cool, and we're getting a lot of plot advancement within the story. So really been loving this, and I can't wait to keep reading.
Very nice.
And what about you, Elias? What's your first pick?
My first pick for this week is going to be Thunderbolts number 2. Um, this is the new Marvel book from Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly, otherwise known as Hive Mind. And this is their opportunity to tie up or continue, I should say, their storyline from Captain America: Sentinel of Liberty. That definitely felt like it was cut short. Um, so I think this has a lot of potential. Unfortunately, it is a miniseries that's only going to run for 4 issues, which is kind of a shame. But I liked the pace of the first issue. Bucky is on a mission. He's recruiting people, and he took out the current Red Skull.
Yeah.
Just shot him in the face. So I like this concept a lot. I think it has a lot of potential, but I do struggle to see how they're going to be able to get a lot of story into 4 issues. So we'll see. But I'm, waiting with great anticipation.
Yeah, I really don't know what we're gonna see with such a fast short with such a short runtime basically, but hopefully it's good. I really did like the first issue. I thought it established the four main characters that we had seen so far very well. um but yeah, no, it picked off right where we left off with Captain America finale, and we're going now against the Kingpin. But yeah, the only thing I'm not really excited to see is Black Widow with her awesome, sick Venom symbiote. So yeah, hopefully that's whatever.
Yeah. This is cool. Kingpin, of course, is the current White King of the Hellfire Club. So maybe this will tie in a little bit, give us a little bit of Fall of X, insight on their side of things. So, yeah, let's see.
Yeah, hopefully it's good.
What is your next pick?
My next pick for me is Transformers number 4. Last issue was really well done. Spike got seriously injured, and it is slightly due to his own father's fault. We see the humans kind of not really knowing which side to take between the Autobots and Decepticons, just kind of seeing them all as crazy robot monsters, which is valid. I mean, in that situation, that is very valid. But yeah, I love how Optimus kind of pleads to him, being like I know that you're scared, but like we need to help your son. And yeah, no, it's just such a relief to see such a kind, genuinely nice, well mannered Optimus. Um, but yeah, no, the series has been awesome. I've really been enjoying it. The fighting is always fun. The human dynamics are super interesting, and yeah, no, can't wait to keep reading.
Yeah, to me, Optimus's characterization is the highlight of the book. Um, the last 2 issues didn't really blow me away, to be honest. I'm still kind of waiting for that X factor. I think that's something I always kind of look for in comics. Right now, this just sort of feels like a straight ahead fight plot, and that just doesn't do a lot for me. But again, I have high hopes for Transformers. I'm a big Danny Warren Johnson fan, so I think he has something planned. But this first arc is just kind of a little tame to me, I guess.
That's fair. That's fair. I think once Megatron enters the picture, it's gonna start heating up. I think that's when it's really gonna start kicking up.
Yeah, both sides are just kind of in dire straits right now, so they need that power, and right now it's just been a power struggle. So
Yeah,
yeah.
quite literally. Anyway, Eliza, what's next up for you?
My next pick for this week is going to be Wolverine number 41. After a very drawn out team up arc with Wolverine trying to sabotage Orcus, this is the arc that I am excited for. This is Sabretooth War Part 1. Um, Sabretooth, if you guys have been following the Krakoan era of X-Men, has definitely had a pretty, I would say, tragic arc. He was used as an example uh, in the beginning of the Krakoan era, the first person to be thrown in the pit, um, and the first person to really have the laws of Krakoa enacted upon them. And they did come up with the laws while he was standing trial. So he's definitely gotten the short end of the stick in the Krakoan era. But I'm excited to see him clash with Wolverine once again. A classic battle, of course. So yeah, I'm very excited to get into this arc, and this will be ending soon enough. I am anticipating probably issue 50 being the last Wolverine issue, and this is going to be, the Fall of X arc for Wolverine. The last one sort of was biding its time, just kind of doing like fun team ups, so it was kind of whatever. But I hope this is strong.
Yeah, right now he has like an army of Sabretooth, so it's all just a bunch of different versions of him. Um, but yeah, the way that the end basically the Sabretooth miniseries ended was that they hinted at that the version of Sabretooth that was good that had his inverse happen to him is still alive actually. And just being kept hidden somewhere.
From
So
Axis.
yeah. So that
Mm,
version of Sabretooth is
right.
still out there just being held. So
Yeah.
right now, basically, he's trying to find him so that he can kill him.
And this
Um,
is pretty crazy too. The most violent Wolverine story ever told.
that is a fucking bold ass claim.
Seriously, parental advisory not for kids on big letters right there. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, it better be nuts.
What's next up for you?
Next up for me is the final issue of Swan Songs number 6. I can't. I man, I really wish the series kept on going. I would have loved for the series to go on for like 10 more issues, 20 more issues. Um, but I mean, it was good while it lasted, and I like that this is going to be a tie-in into Ice Cream Man. So hopefully this actually gets some people into Ice Cream Man, which would be really really sick because that series is wild and insane. But um, yeah, no, this is going to be Martin Morazzo and W. Maxwell Prince uh, doing an issue about poems about endings. So it should be, and it's the end of the sidewalk. So it should be interesting. It's going to be a play on the children's book. I forgot. I think it's literally called "The End of the Sidewalk," the actual kids' book, right? Yeah,
Shel Silverstein. Shel
that was
Silverstein.
it. Um,
Yeah, no, he's a poet that I grew up with and loved so much. So cool homage for sure.
yeah,
Where the sidewalk ends.
where the sidewalk ends. That's it. But yeah, Martin Morazzo is the main artist on Ice Cream Man. So W. Maxwell Prince has worked with him so much in the past. So I'm sure that this is going to be really good. And yeah, I mean, I as much as I love the anthology series for Ice Cream Man, I have honestly loved this even more. And hopefully we see more of like this wild inspiration more in Ice Cream Man. Um, because the past couple issues have really been killing it. I think it's because he's been able to finally spread out his wings more on different books like Swan Songs. Um, so yeah, here's to many more uh, issues of Ice Cream Man, and hopefully maybe a continuation of Swan Songs in the future.
Yeah, most definitely. This has been an amazing series, no doubt.
Yeah. What's next for you?
Next up for me is going to be the Sentry number 2. This is I would say, one of my favorite Marvel characters. One of the more obscure characters in the Marvel universe, but a play on Superman ultimately, but with a very interesting twist. And while I was a really big fan of the last Century miniseries, and I thought that was a good place to leave him for a while, I did find myself enjoying this first issue a lot. Um, it's a yet another new concept, yet another new way to treat the Sentry. His powers seem to be inhabiting random people, and the dialogue and the insight into these characters has been very strong, I think. Um, and basically, at the end of the issue, um, we find out that there's one douchebag amongst the people who have received the powers, and he just straight up kills one of the other receivers of the Sentry power to take it for himself. Um, that guy was an Inhuman, but yeah, this guy is definitely going to be a threat if he gets the full power of the Sentry. So I think this is a very interesting premise, and I'm very curious to see it continue.
Yeah, no. I liked the perspective of these people getting the powers. I actually really liked the character of Mallory. She was very interesting. A person with cerebral palsy who isn't letting their disability sideline them from what they want to do, which is really sick. My only major complaint, and I brought this up to Elias, was I really didn't like how Misty was written, Misty Knight. Um, kind of felt disconnected from the way that she's always been portrayed in other stories, and it feels like she's kind of becoming way too cruel and like blunt when she really normally isn't. Um, but then again, that could just be part of the story. Maybe we'll explore that later on. But yeah, no, I'm definitely interested to see what's going to happen.
After the Variants series, I was very happy to get back in touch with Jessica Jones a little bit, see what she's been up to. So I'm happy that she's involved in a way. So yeah, I'm very curious to see how this series is going to unfold.
Yeah, definitely.
What is next up for you?
Next up for me is the Sacrificers number 6. Um, did you happen to read it? If
I
not,
did read this.
oh, okay. So last issue had a fucking twist. I who I thought was gonna be the main character of this series, just fucking dies. But yeah, apparently this is just the first part of the new series. So
I was just going to say that this series has been very uncaring for its characters, which I think leads to very brutal but captivating storytelling.
yeah, no. I loved how the gods are portrayed, and I love how you see these characters really suffer. They build up the sacrifice. They do all these things, and it's to make them a fucking shake. It's to make them a fucking drink. Yeah, it gives them immortality, but still, it's like, bro, really? That's all they're reduced to is just drinks. So yeah, no. Now that one of the main characters I thought was gonna be the main character permanently, I thought she was gonna be like one of the heads. She's just dead straight up. And I don't think there's a way for her to come back from this. So I guess we will see.
Yeah, definitely very interesting world, and yeah, I do like the gods. I'm very interested to see what this next issue will bring, because for me it has to kind of give us some answers and make me excited to read more.
Yeah, we also got the reveal that the alchemist or whatever his name is also a bird. So I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with that.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be like an animal world, but then there was just the humans, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess not.
Yeah, and she's like the one of the characters is like a mix between the sun and the moon gods. Like, what's next up for you?
Next up for me is going to be Green Lantern number 7. Um, it was finally confirmed that Kilowog is indeed dead,
I
and
fucking called it.
so this issue has to do, I guess, a lot of flashback explaining, and tell us what happened with Sinestro. And I'm assuming that Kilowog wasn't the only casualty. So yeah, this is going to be very interesting. This Green Lantern series has been really odd. I want to say it's very odd, just in the way, it got held off from doing the good stuff by Night Terrors, and then just the way that this unfolded has been very weird. Just like the order of stuff.
Yeah,
um, but there's a lot of good story to tell, so I'm not mad about it. It's just been a very interesting sequencing of events. But yeah, I'm very excited to read this issue and get some explanation.
yeah. I'm gonna say it again. I called it. Uh, but yeah, Kilowog
I
was
still
dead.
don't think you should have just asked him that though. It's kind of rude.
um, but yeah, no. I I really did love the fight between Sinestro and Hal, though. That was super. The amount of like art went crazy for that issue, easily, and like the amount of constructs they made each were so interesting. But yeah, I'm interested to see what Sinestro is going to do now because he got off of Earth. He did what he wanted to. So now the question is he now permanently going to be a Red Lantern? Is he going to see his son Sin Sun, which is fucking stupid ass name. Stupid ass name. Uh, I wonder what's going to happen.
Yeah, this is going to be the final part of the Child of Sinestro thing that's going to lead into Sinister Sons. So this will be the second series that Green Lantern has set up,
Yeah, I
which
don't.
is just really weird format. I don't know if they think they have like enough guaranteed readers of the book that they're just trying to like pitch stuff to you in the background.
Okay, wait. Actually, they're kind of cooking. Peter J. Tomasi is writing this.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
I'm
know.
kind of down. Just like as long as like I trust him enough to at least read the first couple issues to see whether or not it's good.
Yeah, I don't
But
know. It
yeah,
feels kind of. It feels like a kid's book, like just kind of in general to me. Like the
yeah,
vibe
true.
will be like that. No,
I
he's
guess
been
we'll
writing
find
that.
out.
He's been writing the backup stories, but I just yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I don't even really know if this is Sinestro's son or not. Like,
Yeah, that is something I did also think about. I was like, how does this kid know that?
no, it's purposefully like supposed to be not a definitive answer,
Because
at
like
least yet.
Sinestro only has one kid, and it was his daughter, and that we knew about, and
Yeah.
she's in charge of the Sinestro Corps. Like we know
Hmm.
that. So
Right.
like, yeah, no, it doesn't make that much sense.
Yeah. Very weird. All right, so that brings us to your final pick, Lucas. What is your final pick?
Ultimate Spider-Man #1. I'm so hyped for this. Like, man, Mark Cicchetto drawing Spider-Man and Jonathan Hickman writing. Um, I haven't really heard much for Jonathan Hickman's like Spider-Man / Peter Parker voice, but everything I've seen, everything I've heard about the series has me so excited. An older Peter Parker with 2 kids, married to Mary Jane. Like he didn't need the Spider Riz to get Mary Jane. Um, he I'm very excited to see fucking Aunt May is dead in this universe. Thank fucking God. This is basically just every Spidey fans wet dream of a potential story. And yeah, no, I'm so excited. Marco Cicchetto, I loved whenever he drew Spider-Man within the Daredevil series. That was always such a highlight. So I legitimately am so excited to see what he's going to do in the series. And Jonathan Hickman has been killing it with gods recently, and Ultimate Invasion ended with some pretty interesting setup and questions. So I'm definitely very interested to see what's going to happen, and how Peter is going to react to meeting what I think he's going to meet Tony Stark, who's probably going to give him the spider. Um, and how he's going to react to that, because technically Tony Stark, according to the public, killed Aunt May through the terrorist attack. So it should be interesting, though.
But yeah, this is a series that has an insane amount of pressure lying on it, and I really hope it's good.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, this is probably the most hotly anticipated Marvel book in a long time. So
If you have not already called in your comic book shop to like pull this for you, I highly recommend it.
it's too late.
You're thinking about it. It's too late. It's already done.
If you haven't done it already, it's too late.
You will probably not find an issue, to be honest. You'll probably need like the third printing.
This is definitely getting at least 3 printings.
Oh, minimum. Wait. Let's make a bet right now. How many printings do you think this first issue is going to get? I'm going to
I
call it
mean,
now. I'm going to call 5.
I'm saying 3.
You're saying 3. I'm calling
I'm sticking
5.
to 3. I'm sticking to 3.
That's fair.
Top comment on League has 183 likes. I think that's the most likes I've ever seen on a League post.
Oh my God. Yeah, you are right.
That's crazy.
Um, Yeah, no, Spider-Man fans have no excuse to not put their money where their mouths are. You can't blame Marvel if this book fails to sell well. No, 100%. Um, buy this. genuinely buy this. This is everything that everyone has been asking for. So if
Buy it, and I really hope it's good. I
yeah,
hope it's good.
no, but yeah, no, I'm very excited to see where this is gonna go because yeah, hype. Earth 6160. And what is your final pick, Elias?
My final pick for this week is Rise of the Powers of X #1. This is, I'm so excited for this. After reading Hoxpox, finally, I am very curious to see what this version of Powers of X is going to hold. Um, if it follows the example of its predecessor, it will be a launch into the future, but still giving us a few important tidbits of the modern day conflict. Fall of X was right into the action. Didn't give us a ton of like answers slash resolution to the loose hanging threads from Fall, but it really just got right into the action, and the launch of attacks on Orcus has begun. The resistance is attacking, so it's pretty exciting. But I'm very curious to see what Rise is going to hold. And of course, in the fashion of powers, we have some curious futuristic versions of some of our favorite X-Men on the cover. I'm very curious to see what this Iron Man situation is here. Very curious to see who this Captain Krakoa is. Everyone has their theories, but as always, Wolverine will always be one of the
Can't
last
put him
standing,
down.
last mutant standing. Yeah, so very very excited to read this book.
Yeah, and they got RB Silva who did Powers of X, the original one.
Yep.
So very excited to see where that is.
Yeah, he's
Uh,
very solid.
yeah, no. But yeah, Kieran Gillen is writing this, and after his last Immortal X-Men issue, I'm so excited to see what's going to happen because it seems like we're going to finally deal with the one that has taken over the Dominion. So I'm very excited to see where this is going to go.
A fifth Sinister, an AI Sinister, Enigma. So
Yeah,
these are the answers I want to that storyline. So very very excited.
and I like that. I like the idea that yes, the plan was always to have the AI Sinister take over because his idea was okay. I'm going to upload my brain to an AI and then have these four do all the work for me, which is so intelligent and yet so in line with Sinister. So yeah, pretty wild. I'm so hyped.
Yeah, to me, like Hickman's Krakoan era has just been about like the struggle between man, mutant, and machine. And I guess what they're just saying is, his definitive answer is just machine. Machine wins. So yeah, I'm very very curious to see how this Enigma reaches Dominion.
Yeah, Kieran Gillen right now is the closest that we have to a Jonathan Hickman figurehead, at least writer, in my opinion. So very excited to see what's going to happen with this. And yeah, no hype.
All right. Well, this has been the weekly polls for Wednesday, January 10th. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Please comment below what you guys are excited to read. Um, if you're crazy like this guy, you're excited to read Ultimate Spider-Man. I don't know why anyone would be so excited to read that. But don't forget to like, subscribe, support your local comic shop, and read some comics.
I'm so hyped.